Sarvavedanta Siddhante Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham. Okay, verse number 333, please. Yati rasadanusandhim bandhahetum vihayam swayamayamasmiti atmadrushtaiva tishthet sukhayati nanunishtham brahmani svanubhutya harati paramavidya karya dukkham pratitam yati rasadanusandhim vandahetum vihaya swayamayamasmiti atmadrushtaiva tishthet sukhayati nanunishtham brahmani svanubhutya harati paramavidya karya dukkham pratitam. In this verse, a lovely instruction, a very meaningful injunction is provided. Swayam ayam ahamasmiti atmadrushtya eva tishthet. Tishthet, may you exist, may you abide, may you live through your life always being aware of yourself. Ayam ahamasmiti atmadrushtya. Aham brahmasmi. I am the Absolute. With this meaning, being the meaning of this word, may you continue to exist. Not repeating this word. Very important. Being with the meaning of this word and not repeating the word. As they say, however exotic the menu may be, you cannot eat the menu. You go to a restaurant ordering for food. They give you a very elaborate menu, exotic presentation. You don't eat the menu. You order the food. Shastra, scripture, even the descriptions of the teacher, all are beautiful descriptions, the menu. What you eat is not the words. What you enjoy is not the descriptions, but the meaning of it. Just like you cannot chew the menu card, you cannot chew the book. So you take this word and see the meaning for yourself. Ayamatma ahamasmi. That which is meaning of the word I. That is where you begin your contemplation. You are a yati. So first word see, yati. Yati means what? Yatna shilavan. Like manana shilavan muni. One who is contemplating upon a word, not repeating the mantra, mananat trayate. By contemplating on which you are freed, not by repeating which. A mantra is not to be repeated. Again, most of the people, they repeat the mantra by habit every day. Nothing wrong. You can repeat, but ultimately you must understand the meaning. So when you contemplate on the meaning of this word, be the meaning of this word, because it is your description. When you say the word Aham Brahma Asmi, I am the truth, you have to understand it, not God has to understand, not people have to understand. You have to see it for yourself. So when that word is picked up, you see the meaning. And such a person we call it as the Muni. And who is Yati? Yatna Shilavan. One who, having understood, having seen, now he is striving, putting forth effort to be effortless. It is a contradiction in term, but that is how it is. You are consciously attempting to abide in yourself. Why is it so? Because so long under the spell of ignorance, I have been living in an unconscious way. All the individuals, every human being, long before he come to appreciate the truth for himself, already we are living unconsciously. Ours is not a conscious life. Thought comes, I'll go for the object. Like a child, I want the ice cream, cries. If you tell the 3-year-old, 2-year-old, it is midnight, baby, there will be no ice cream. He doesn't understand what is midnight, why it should not be available. He doesn't understand. Ice cream, ice cream. Balloon, balloon. If he wants a balloon, he must get a balloon. That there is a shop, that there must be a shop must be opened, and you must go at 12 o'clock and you must pick up the balloon. That thing the child doesn't understand. For him, balloon, balloon. And what do you call it? Unconscious living. And you think, what the other people do? Many are also, there are grown-up babies. Grown-up babies also, if I want a motorcycle, I must have a motorcycle. Father has the money, doesn't have the money. I want to go around, I must go around. I want to purchase this, I must purchase this. It's simple. There is no question of the person understanding whether he shall have it or not have it, whether he shall do it or not do it. That question doesn't arise, whether there is a facility available or not available. There are children, because a thought comes and the person demands. Unconsciously, everybody is living. And why am I asking for this motorbike? Why do I want these riches? Why do I want this job? Why do you want a man or woman? Why do I want a particular movie or something? No questions asked. I want it, I should get it. That I am looking for happiness, and that the happiness is in myself. These are all far away. These things nobody contemplates upon, nobody even thinks about it, nobody even talks about it. That is why the most important thing is having come to, when you come to listen to these things, you consciously thereafter abide until it becomes effortless. So yatihi, how should you do it? Yatihi asadanusandhim bandha hetum vihaya, having given up bandha hetu, that which is the cause of bondage. And what is the cause of bondage? Asat anusandhim. When you are looking for happiness where it is not, you are holding on to asat anusandhana, that which is continuously changing. You want to hold on to that continuously changing things to be changeless. By depending, the person wants to be independent. Look at the paradox. By depending, the person wants to be independent. Like the pride of the man. I am a very independent person, Swami. I have my own bank balance. Then what type of independence is that? If you are depending on your bank balance, you are not independent. I have my own job. You are depending on a job. I have my own house. You are depending on the house. I have my own people. You are depending on people. Are you getting that point? It is so very, very subtle. So very subtle. If you are depending on something, you cannot be independent. By depending on something for your happiness, you cannot be happy. By depending on something, you cannot be independent. If you say, I am happy, why? If there is a reason, the weather is good, car is there, house is nice, husband is good or wife is nice, something somewhere. If that reason is disturbed, withdrawn, time snatches it, your world collapses, your happiness shattered. That is how average person feels desperate, cheated, frustrated in life. But suppose somebody asks, are you happy? Yes, sir. Why? I am the happiness. Absolutely independent. Are you free? Yes. Why? I am the freedom. There is no reason for it. If there is a reason for your happiness, you are not a happy person. So, yasat anusandhim vihaya, without depending upon other objects. What does he do? Now, continuously thinking about himself. Ayam aham asmiti atma drushti vatishtet. Atma drushtya, that this is myself, the happiness, whatever I am looking for, that is my nature. Atma drushti vatishtet. Last night I was talking about this experience, anubhava. Your nature is anubhava swarupa. You are the nature of experience itself. I am not looking for an experience. Are you getting that point, please? You must see. It's a very beautiful concept. Nobody looks for an experience. Experience is continuous. You are looking for a sensation. Just make that difference between experiencing and experiencing a sensation. Are you getting that? A sound is a sensation. I am experiencing, listen, you are experiencing the sight. With your eyes, you are experiencing the sight. Meaning, you are conscious of your eyes and experiencing the sight. The sight will go away. You experience seeing. When you close your eyes, you experience not seeing. If the eyes go, the experiencing doesn't go away. In English, experience, I experience, so I am the experiencer is the experience. When you say anubhava, atma anubhava, atma cha anubhavascha. This is atma, that which is consciousness, self, that itself is anubhava. There is no atma anubhava. They call it in Sanskrit, beautiful language, aupacharika shashti, raho siravat. You know Rahu. Rahu is a planet. In Indian tradition they call it Rahu. It's just a head. Rahu means just a head. It has no body. So Rahu means a head. So you don't say Raho Sira. When you say head of Rahu. Is it head of Rahu or head is Rahu? Are you getting that? So, but Aupacharika Sashti, as though you describing head of Rahu, but in reality, head itself is Rahu. Atma Anubhava, experience of the self, Aupacharika. Just a statement given. But in reality, Atma and Anubhava, both are one and the same. The self-awareness, both are one. It's not awareness of the self. Are you getting that language? It's not awareness of the self. That which is awareness, that indeed is self. It's not happiness of the self. That which is happiness, that is self. Whereas, if you say happiness from the mango, then a sensation is talked about. I like mango. The taste of the mango you like. I don't like the taste of bitter gourd. So bitter gourd is a taste. You are experiencing the bitter gourd. You are experiencing the mango. When the bitter gourd goes away, mango goes away, experiencing doesn't stop. Your being is experience, Anubhava Swarup. Are you getting that point, please? So, in and through every experience of a sound, touch, taste, smell, sight, anything, you are being with yourself. That is the Sat, Sad Anusandhana. Being with that something which is eternally in everything. But unfortunately, what happens is, people lose themselves in a sensation, forget themselves. Like one day, there was a poet, and that poet was sitting down in his courtyard. A story goes, the wise man, a saint, a Sufi master, he was passing that way, and he saw, because he knows the poet, he was doing something in the courtyard. So he goes there and asks, so sir, what are you doing? He said, I have got a nice pail of water, one big plate of water, and I am reflecting, and then I am looking at the reflection of the moon, and I am contemplating. Then this master said, unless you have broken your neck, why don't you look up and see the moon? The reflected moon seems to be so exciting. The original moon when is shining. Are you getting that? When the original moon is shining, is it necessary to put it in a, bring a pot, put the water and look at the reflection? You don't like the idea, no? Then why are you forgetting the original happiness that you are, looking at the reflections of sensation, happiness in the sensations of all kind? Where does your sensation lead you? Are you getting that point, please? Seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, in every experience, you are with yourself. That is why there is a famous line comes in your Panchadasi, Brahmanande, Vishayanande, Brahmananda. Vishayanande, Brahmananda. You experience Brahmananda, the absolute bliss in Vishaya Ananda. Vishayanande Brahmananda. In Vishaya Ananda, in the sense pleasure, what you experience is absolute Brahmananda, absolute bliss, that is yourself. Any moment of happiness, you are with yourself. You listen to the flute, thoughts suspended. Oh, so nice. What is so nice? Not the sound. The sound helps in removing the thought. The relief, the bliss is yourself. The sound of the flute doesn't produce the happiness, only removes the disturbance. Something very exotic touch or a taste or a sight, any experience. It removes the thought, and it is the thought which causes agitation. Listen carefully. A thought which causes agitation. What is that causing agitation? The object or the thought? Are you getting that point, please? What brings agitation in your life? The object, the incident, or the memories? The memories bring you agitation. One thought is bugging you throughout the day. That is why people will be miserable. They're like a face will be like a overcast, a dark cloud. There is no relief. There is no relaxation. There is a dark cloud. Why? Thought is bugging him. That is why people ask you, are you preoccupied? Do they see your thought? They see your face. Are you getting? Looking at your face, just looking at your face, they know whether you are preoccupied or not, because that reflects on your face. Very preoccupied, absent-minded. Absent-minded means what? Some thought, your body is here, but you look preoccupied because your thought is somewhere. If somebody points it out, oh, no, I am here only. I am here. Why? Because you got that thought. Okay, so when you are preoccupied thus, you are agitated, you are now miserable. Now suppose you are miserable for a particular food, you are miserable for a particular person, you are miserable for a particular music, you are miserable for a particular something. If that something is given to you, that preoccupation ends, thoughts get suspended. You are at rest with yourself. So whether it is of a touch, taste, smell, sight or sound, in every sensation you are with yourself. Then why not directly be with yourself? Why go bhaya? Not necessary. Having seen it, listen carefully, having seen it, I am the happiness itself. Yes, I am happiness. Why not touching? Why not tasting? Why not seeing? Because after all you have to live your life, no? You have to live with your body. Living means sensing. Are you getting that? Living means sensing. You cannot be alive and you say, I can't hear. Right? You don't have to create sound. Sound reaches you. Did you invite the peacock to come and visit you and go? He just comes. And when he comes, where are your eyes? Your ears are on me. Your eyes are on that side. Why? What is wrong? As long as your ears are here, the eyes can be anywhere. Simultaneously you can do that. Why? Experiencing. Consciousness can do 5 things simultaneously. That is why when you are eating food, when eating, that I told us, in eating as well as in touching, in these 2 experiences, food and sex, physical experience, these 2 experiences are so strong, because while eating, all the 5 sense organs are involved. You hear, you touch, you see, you taste, you smell the food. Same thing in a physical intimacy. You hear, you see, you taste, you touch, you smell. That is why these 2 are the strongest experience for everybody. Simultaneously you can be experiencing 5 different things. And whenever these experiences, these sensations can come to an end, you don't lose sight of yourself. So in any moment of happiness, you are with yourself. That is why when you are aware of this, every experience becomes meditation, and meditation is not an isolated experience. Meditation is your being. Therefore, meditation is not an isolated experience. In every experience, in every sensation, you are in meditation. So one who sees this, yatihi sukhayati nanunishta brahmani swanubhutya. Thus, swanubhutya, by one's own experience, by one's own being with one's own self, sukhayati, brahmani nishtha sukhayati. This, you are abiding in yourself, the Brahman, the Atman, sukhayati, makes you happy with yourself as you are. If it makes you happy with yourself as you are, harati parama vidya karya dukkham pratitam. This happiness, being with yourself, harati, loots away, takes away param, this absolute knowledge takes away what? Avidya dukkham pratitam. This pratitam, whatever is known, perceived, avidya dukkham, the pain, inconveniences, conflict born out of ignorance, it completely takes away. You are always with yourself. That is why God's name is Hari. God's name is Hara. Haratiti Hari. Haratiti Hara. One who loots away all your pain. And what is that something loots away your pain? Yourself, the awareness. Call it Hari, Vishnu. Call it Hara, Shiva. Shivoham, Shivoham. That is why the secret to Godhood begins, is unraveled with yourself. When you see yourself who you are, Aham Brahmasmi, then Shivoham, Shivoham. That indeed is one and the same. Are you the only one? No. And when you say Shivoham, it is not ahankar. It must not be a repetition, understand? It must not be a repetition. But you see the meaning of it as it is. A story goes about a Japanese monk, a Zen monk. He was always going in, sitting down in a library. Old man, old monk, he'll be sitting in the library. In one corner he goes and sits down, closes his eyes, like in meditation. One day the librarian goes and asks him, "What are you doing here? I have never seen you reading a sutra. You don't pick up a book from the library and read a sutra." He says, "I don't know reading and writing." He said, "What a disgrace. A monk like you at this age, you don't know reading and writing. Can I teach you characters? Can I teach you the alphabet? Can I teach you the characters?" He said, "Yes, but first, what is the meaning of this character?" What is the meaning of this character? Are you getting that point? I don't know about myself. What other characters can I learn? Understand? It's a beautiful thing. Just to highlight, long before you understand something else, you must understand yourself. Of course, life is not made that way. You can't begin with understanding yourself. You have to begin with perceiving everything, seeing everything, tasting, touching, smelling, experiencing everything and gathering all thoughts and emotions. I thought also comes up. Only when the I becomes very strong, individuality becomes strong, you get into a mess and conflict, that time you shall be interested in knowing yourself. That is why you cannot give self-knowledge to children. They can show the possibility, listening to the stories. The wise man lives like that, the foolish man dies like that, Rama was great, Ravana was stupid, that type of stories. But later on when life comes, when you are troubled by this word I, you see very clearly, then you want to see the meaning. Who is this I? What is my problem? Is it what I see, what I taste, what I experience, or my reaction to these things? What am I looking for? Happiness absolute. Therefore, one who sees this, avidya dukkham arati, he completely the inconvenience or the pain born of ignorance goes away. You are all the time with yourself. Harati, Shivoham, Shivoham. I am the Absolute. Therefore, Yatihi. If you are a Yatnashilavan, you are putting forth conscious effort. Asadvyahaya, giving up that which is changing and dying. Hold on to yourself, that which is absolute, changeless. Having told this, he further elaborates on that. Vayānusandhi parivardhayet phalam durvasanameva tatasthatodhikam Gyāntva vivekei parirutyavayam Swatmanusandhim vidadhita nityam Vayānusandhi parivardhayet phalam Durvasanameva tatasthatodhikam Gyāntva vivekei parirutyavayam Swatmanusandhim vidadhita nityam. You must always remember the context in which this is talked about. That you should always spend your time being with yourself. Bhaya anusandhim bihaya bandhahetum. And bhaya anusandhim bihaya. Giving up your involvement with the outside object. Understand the context. The context is the student has approached the teacher and now living with the teacher, engaging himself in the studies. That time you should do it. It is not talk to somebody who is living in the world, doing everything. Listen carefully. That is where when you take it out of context, you become really confused. It is like you say, think, please paint a wise man. So what do? Dadi, all the niche, all long beard, long everything, skeletal body, and the person is sitting down straight. You mean to say a wise man means 24 hours in that posture? Dadi, niche and like that. What is the picture of Krishna? Trivangi, with the legs like this, flute like this. You say 24 hours you are standing like that? Are you getting that point, please? One moment, don't take that one moment and try to live 24 hours. It's just, absolute stupidity. So everybody, even the, go to the town, go to the cities, people are doing study classes. What is study classes? Upanishad. Vaya anusandhim vihaya. Now you are in the Vaya. You are in the world. You are with the creation. You are with the father, mother, husband, wife, children, family, huge responsibilities. And somebody tells, Vaya anusandhim vihaya, don't worry about your father, mother, kate kanta kaste putra. Nonsense. That kate kanta kaste putra is when you are studying in the ashram with the teacher. Don't go at home and ask kate kanta kaste putra. What nonsense. Your wife will run away, your husband will far away from you. Do you understand the context? When you are studying in the Gurukula with the teacher, this is what? At this time, 2 years, 3 years, 1 year, 6 months, 1 month, 1 day. Vayānusandhim vihaya. I have come here to be with myself and not to be with the world around. Therefore, if food is available, excellent. Not available, fantastic. Why? I have not come here to eat food. I have come here to be with myself. Clothes are available, excellent. No clothes, so what? Just a piece of cloth, good enough. Bed is available, fantastic. Not available, so what? Why? Because my interest is I am with myself. So, Bahya Anusandhi. Are you getting that? Don't take it out of context. It is like when you are studying as a student in university. Any time, any routine, any number of hours per studying. You don't do the same thing when you get out of the university and take up a job. There's a different type of routine comes up. But your knowledge goes with you. Are you getting that point? So when you are with this teacher, when you are studying these things, listen carefully, when you are studying these things, you are happy with yourself and that is your whole attempt. And therefore, this is the lifestyle. Bahyanusandhim parivardayet phalam. Why should I not go into external objects? Because Bahya Anusandhim phalam parivardayet durvasanameva tatastato adhikam. If you are unconsciously engaging yourself external activities, it shall increase your preoccupation with your thoughts. Listen carefully. When you say externalizing, externalizing does not mean only going out into the world. Externalizing means when you are engaging yourself in study of yourself, externalizing yourself also means to forget yourself and being with the thought. That is the first step away from yourself. Externalization. Forgetting yourself and being with the thought itself is your externalization. Extroverted you are. Are you getting that point, please? Just don't think that extroverted means the person is with the world. Your being in the market, understand, your being in the marketplace, your being in a restaurant, your being in a friend's house, your being in a movie theater begins with a small little whisper, a thought inside. But we don't catch that thought inside. Are you getting that point, please? We don't catch that thought inside. Only when you reach there you think. But after that is why unconscious activity. That you have gone there you don't know until somebody points it out. That is why people feel uncomfortable. With one thought they are in the beach. Oh, this is not beach. Another thought you are at a movie. Another thought you are at home. Why are you going about? I didn't feel like. Is it conscious? If it's conscious activity, I am going to the beach. You reach there. Not good. So what? I have come here, I will spend 1 hour. No. People are so restless. Why? Because externalized. Externalized extrovertedness does not mean walking in the beach or walking in the marketplace. External means your externalization, your extrovertedness begins with one little whisper inside, the first thought. And this Bahya Anusandhim parivardhayet phalam. Phalam parivardhayet. Your involvement with this thought, if you express it, it will engage you in more and more activity. What is the ignorant man? What is the difference between ignorant and wise? Ignorant man has a set of thought, wise man has a set of thought, same set of thought. When the ignorant man is helplessly under the spell of it, the wise one completely stands by. It is like a drunken driver and a sane driver. A sane driver knows when to start, what speed to go, where to stop. Drunken driver, only with the accident he can stop. He can't stop it. Car must hit somewhere and stop. He is on the car. He just is on the car. He stops. Same thing a people. Not knowing yourself, you get into a relationship. Only with accident you break it up. Until that, goes on. You don't get the hints of it. Understand the point. Only when the stomach is giving you pain, you stop eating. Until that, go on eating, until the stomach feels, cannot take any more. like that, there was in marriage, in Indian marriages, heavy feast. Heavy marriage feast, Hundreds of dishes, so many varieties. People compete with each other to give food, dishes, sweet and everything. So one man goes to the marriage for a feast. He and his son both go there, and they really have heavy food. And as they are nearing home, the fellow is shouting from outside to the daughter-in-law. Bahu means daughter-in-law. Is the bed ready? Because this fellow can't walk. And when she sees that daughter-in-law has not made the bed ready, so he got really wild, and he says, what type of bahu you are? You mean to say your parent, your father and your brother, they don't go to eat for feast? In our family, the bed is made ready. The moment we go out for eating, that time the daughter-in-law should make the bed ready. Because when the son and the father come, they must lie down immediately. And in your house, that means nobody eats. What type of house is that? It's a disgrace to your household. The girl was too smart. He said, no. It's not like that. I am not used to this. I never knew that you guys cannot eat. You cannot eat as well as my parents eat, my father and my brother. He said, what do you mean? He said, my father and brother, when they go, a bed goes along with them. After they finish, they are carried from the place. I thought you will be carried, so I never made the ready. So that type of eater, no space for anything. Until you eat like that, you are not comfortable. Now what type of eating is that? Unconscious activity. Please understand. Bhayyanusandhim. When do you do it? When you are with the teacher here. You train yourself. See yourself so clearly that you are getting that point. Then you go out into the world to live your life. Not with an elbow on the highway. You understand the importance of learning now. People want to experiment on others. By teaching I shall learn. Don't experiment on others for God's sake. The fellow puts on a fancy cloth and is going, by teaching I am going to learn. You must learn for yourself. In no other knowledge they give the learners the teacher's post. You must be a PhD, then only you can be a professor. You must be a good swimmer, then only you can teach swimming. You must be a good yoga teacher, then only you should teach yoga. Or else the fellow will tell you to twist it and your tail is gone. You went to yoga and permanently damaged. Same thing, this self-knowledge. So people do you understand, please? That is why Gurukula Vasa, living with the teacher, Antevasi, living with the teacher for some time, even if it's 10 days, 20 days, 1 month. How nicely Buddhists have picked up the tradition from this Hindu ways of living. Every Buddhist is supposed to be a monk for 1 month in his life or almost every year. You get away for a month. Everybody takes up the clothes, takes up the robe and lives like a monk. It's so nice. Because when you are there, you can afford to forget what your husband doing, what your wife doing, what family doing, what money coming, what money not coming, what position you have not. It is like rehearsing death. When you are going to die, are you going to carry everything with yourself? When you move into the ashram, when moving into the study, move with the teacher, you are seeing that nothing belongs to me. So you see the truth for yourself. Learning to drive your body, drive your mind, drive your thoughts, drive your sense organs. As a master you walk out into the world. So that you know how to perceive, not to perceive. During your training, during your Gurukula Vasa, studying with the teacher, you did these things. What is this? Bhayyanusandhim. Completely behind. Why? Durbhasana eva tatatato adhikam. If you are unconsciously jumping into the stream of thought and continue to do something, what will happen? Durbhasana. You get used to that. that thing will create a strong impression. It is like, have you seen Shiva, your dog? Ashram dog, any dog. You call them and you give them food at 10 o'clock. Just you start. You want to experiment on it? Experiment. Call him one day, 10 o'clock, give him food. Biscuit, 2 biscuit, pat, another 2 biscuit, pat, leave him. Tomorrow exactly same time the boy will come. Call 3-4 days, thereafter every day that time he will come. You know the peacocks, why they don't leave this place? You think they can't fly? They get used to this place. At a particular hour they must be fed. You cannot believe if you particular hour, if 6:37 you give them the food, 6:37 before you come they are there. Wherever they might have gone away in the night, morning they will come over for the food. That is how exactly human beings do. It is like when suppose wherever you go, whenever you go, your father gives you a gift or your uncle gives you a gift. First time, second time, third time, you get so used to it, before you go next time, you are already expecting a gift. Unconsciously. The moment you do that, unconscious activity, you get engaged in that. That is why no unconscious activity. So he says, Durvasana eva tatastato adhikam. Being at home, don't say, when the thought comes, I will not act. Hey, that's not like that. Here you are training yourself. Then go back home. It is just like you are learning driving. When you are learning driving, you don't learn driving in highways. You learn driving in quiet place. There is nobody else. You can, the instructor says, brake, acceleration. Accelerate, brake, you know. This type of crazy driving, if you drive it in the highway, what will happen? There will be a pile of cars. But when you are alone in a vast stretch, absolutely lonely stretch, stop, move also doesn't matter. Why? There is nobody. You can commit any type of mistake. But slowly you learn it. And once you learn, your purpose is not to be on the lonely stretch. Your purpose is to drive on the highway. When you are in ashram, when you are with this teacher, when you are studying, it's like learning, driving in lonely stretch. No interaction, because each one busy with himself. And each one is a learner. So by chance there is a little tussle come up, doesn't matter, excused, why? You are also a learner, he is also a learner. If you forget it, then you pick it up, you see it for yourself. And the purpose is not to settle in an ashram. The purpose is to go out into the external world. Then you can create an instruction school. You can create an ashram and teach. Nothing wrong. Or same place you stay there and teach. Because you are the top driver. So as even the pleasure of your driving comes in vast stretch. The pleasure of your living is, the pleasure of your learning this wisdom is in the society. Working with hundreds of people, thousands of people. The pleasure of driving is what? Going at the top speed, bumper to bumper traffic, but not involving yourself in an accident. So the pleasure of this understanding is, you are thoroughly involved with everybody, but you are unaffected by everything. Bumper to bumper traffic, no crashing, no clashing. You are with everybody, there is no clashing of personality, because you do not exist as an individuality to crash. It is like unmanned boat, unmanned car. You are there, your body is existing, but you exist as pure bliss, absolute happiness. Okay? Gyantva vivekei parirutya vayam. Therefore, since if you are unconscious, you may get involved more and more. Vivekeihi gyantva vayam parirutya atmanusandhim nityam vidadita. Therefore, vivekeihi gyantva, knowing this, that if I am unconscious, my behavior will create a pattern. That is why getting angry becomes a pattern. Being jealous becomes a pattern. Being hateful becomes a pattern. Like a child throwing tantrum, a grown-up child throws a tantrum. Are you getting that? Because you are not conscious. So Gyantva vivekaihi bahyam parirutya, by your viveka, sharp discrimination, bahyam parirutya, withdrawing yourself from the externalization. Meaning the moment the thought begins, you are sure, no, I am not doing, or doing consciously. Are you getting that point? Either you don't do if it is not to be done, or you consciously do. Because when you consciously do, you know when to stop. Understand? The celebrated story of Arjuna's son Abhimanyu. When Abhimanyu was in the womb, mother's womb, Arjuna was talking about the Chakravyuha, the army strategic formations. And the mother was listening, baby was also listening in the womb. So Abhimanyu knew how to get in. But by the time mother slept, baby also slept. Arjuna is talking about how to come out, but he didn't hear it. So when the time comes in the battle, Arjuna is not there. He said, I will get in. But other warriors must be there too, on the flanks to protect me. Everybody agreed. But he got in. He could not got out. So he was killed. Thereafter, Arjuna destroyed everybody. It's a different thing. Most of the people know how to unconsciously get in, cannot get out. If you are a conscious person, you know how to get in. You can stop wherever you want. You can also know where to get out. Life is beautiful. In fact, thereafter, without being proud and self-righteous, you really live life on your own terms. But please understand, without being arrogant and self-righteous, very important. You really live life on your own terms, in which others are not affected. As I told you, compassion becomes the natural expression of this wisdom, because you are happy with yourself. If somebody shares that happiness, excellent. But you never cause unhappiness to somebody, you withdraw. So such a person, Gyantva viveki paritva swatmanusandhim vidadhita nityam. So swatmanusandhim nityam vidadhita. May you always come back to yourself. Swatma anusandhim, always abide in yourself. Having told this, then he further. Why should I do it? Baye niruddhe manasa prasannata mana prasade paramatma darshanam tasmin sudrishte bhavavandhanasah bahir nirodha padavi vimukte bahye niruddhe manasa prasannata mana prasade paramatma darshanam tasmin sudrishte bhavavandhanasah bahir nirodha padavi vimukte. So sweet, gives you step by step. It is literally like leading you, holding on by your finger. So cute. Step by step it tells you, this is how it happens. Bahye niruddhe manasa prasannata. Bahye niruddhe. When there is no more unconscious externalization, take that word unconscious, okay? Because don't say when there is no externalization, that is where it becomes theoretical. Are you getting that? The statement becomes irresponsible and impossible statement. What is that? When there is no externalization, how can you say, how can you live a life and there shall be no thought? Is it ever possible? Just think for it. Suppose a person has absolutely no thought, even Shankara, you think he can write all this? To write all this, your mind must be brilliant. A thought is not a problem. Thinking is never a problem. Wrong thinking destroys. So the wrong thinking is what? The mind, there is no more thought, when there is no more externalization, don't theorize. Understand? That is why it must be understood. By understanding, just think of it, by understanding the word physics, have you been a physicist? By understanding the meaning of the word astrology, are you an astrologer? By understanding the meaning of the word wisdom, how are you going to be wise? That is why repeating words means nothing. Then you shall give impossible didactic, the pedagogic, as they say, sort of a scholarly discourses, full of words, as Shakespeare will say, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Full of sound and fury. Ooh, wonderful descriptions. Hold your nose, stand on your tail, hug everybody, smile at everybody. Nonsense, pure nonsense. The smile must come from within or must come from the mouth. If your smile comes from the lips, your lips will be tired. Artificial smile tires you down, right or wrong? It's artificial, you understand? Artificial love tires you. Just think, artificial love, artificial smile, artificial kindness, artificial, you understand, that made up, which is pretentious happiness, pretentious kindness, pretentious compassion, pretentious smile tires you down. This is a muscle, only muscle is stretching. But if a genuine smile, 24 hours you can smile, you will not be tired. Genuine smile, 24 hours you are not tired. Genuine love, 24 hours you are involved, you are not tired. But if you have to show your love for 2 minutes, show your love for 2 hours, as long as he is there, please show love. Hello, how are you? I don't know. Please come for tea, please come for... Why that fool has come and why have to give him? Oh, please come, sit down. You will be destroyed inside. Are you getting that point, please? Because it is artificial. If it is natural, 24 hours smile, 24 hours love, kindness, affection, you are never tired. Never tired. Some people force you to be artificial. Because they are so stupid. If you show them love, they misunderstand. You show them kindness, they misunderstand. You show them anything, they misunderstand. So that time you don't know what to do, you switch off. Are you getting that point, please? So it must be natural. So when somebody tells you, bahya niruddhe manasa prasannata, when no more externalization, your mind will be very peaceful. You put an impossible condition for a person. No externalization. Is it ever possible to be alive and not to think? Thinking is the sign of being alive. Breathing is the sign of being alive. Moving about is a sign of being alive. So does it mean to say no externalization means the wise man is dead, lying down in one place, right? What nonsense. No. No more unconscious externalization. Are you getting that point, please? No more unconscious externalization. When a thought comes, you are aware. That is why the God's name is Antaryami. Antaryami. Antare yamayati. Antare, within, he regulates everything. In his presence the thought comes. Ishvaro sarvabhutanam ruddesya arjuna tishtati. Brahmayan sarvabhutani yantra rudhani maya. Bhagavad Gita. Fantastic line. You can take it in a subjective way like this. Ishvaraha sarvabhutanam ruddesya tishtati. That which is existing in the heart of everybody, meaning in and through, behind, in and through, every thought, your self-awareness, Ishvara, Sarvabhutanam Vruddhasi Tishtati. Brahmayan Sarvabhutani Yantrurudhani Maya, making everybody move as though they are seated on a yantra, on a vehicle, and the person is helplessly moving. But if you become one with the Ishvara, that is one with the consciousness, now you become the regulator, the master, the conscious driver. So there is no unconscious externalization. So bahye niruddhe, when there is no more unconscious externalization, manasa prasannata, that you can handle everything gives you confidence. Are you getting the statement? It's a fantastic statement. You understand? That you can handle everything gives you tremendous confidence. That you can handle every situation gives you enormous relief. Oh, I can handle it. Now you say, there is by chance an accident, we are ready for it. By chance there is no food, we know how to handle it. By chance there is a problem with somebody, we know how to handle it. Why do children feel so safe around the parents? By chance they have a problem, parents will handle it. And if you are absolutely sure, there is no thought which you cannot handle. There is no emotion which you cannot tackle. Ask yourself the question. This is the $1,000,000 question. Can you handle every thought? Can you handle every emotion? Understand? Why? Because if somebody wants to humiliate you, somebody wants to frustrate you, they have to push some thought in your head, right or wrong? They have to push a thought. And if you can handle your thought, can anybody frustrate you? Are you getting that example clearly? For somebody to humiliate you, they must push a thought in your head. That is why until you listen, you are not affected. Suppose somebody says, hey, you rascal, you didn't hear. You walk about. The friend heard it. Did you hear what he said? Hey, don't worry whatever he said. No, you must hear. What did he say? Hey, don't worry about it, whatever. Let them say whatever. No, you don't understand what he said. He said, you are a rascal. Huh? He said, I am a rascal. Now, friend is very happy because you have started reacting. They must plant that idea in your head. Are you getting that? And the moment you react, everybody is happy. That means you are normal. You are a normal person. You understand? Normal means what? Fully abnormal. If you don't react, you are abnormal. Huh? You talk like this and went away and you are stupid? Oh my God. So for you to feel affected, a thought must be planted. That you know how to handle every thought. Emotion comes up and you know to handle every emotion. Reaction comes up, you know how to handle everything. What is your life? Full relief. Because absolute confidence. That is where it comes. Manaso prasannata. Prasannata means that relief, leisureliness. Yes, you can say leisureliness. Why? Any situation I can handle. It's like you are having enormous money and your children have to be educated, or your children have to be married, or somebody has to be helped. You say, don't worry, it's all right. Why? So much you have inside you, so much money with you. By chance somebody says, can you do this? Yeah, I will do this, don't worry. You are so cool because enormous backing. Are you getting that point? You have enormous backing. You have 20 million. And somebody said, I want 2,000 rupees. Don't worry, you go. You have 20 million and he wants only 2,000. You have infinite wisdom. You have to deal with a finite thought. You understand the confidence level? You have got 200 million. You have got 200 crore, 5,000 crores. Somebody says, hey, we must have purchased a plane. We will, don't worry. Which one you want? 747, get one. Huh? 747, get one? You will be stunned. Because 747, get one? It's like a toy. Yes, because he has that resources. For which 747 is a toy. Physically, you may or may not have those things. But mentally, you can be infinite resources at your disposal. Absolutely happy, comfortable. Therefore, what is the thought you cannot handle? There is no such thought. What is the emotion you cannot handle? There is no such emotion. That is why manasa prasannata. Absolutely contented with yourself. Mana prasade paramatma darshanam. Thus, when you are very conscious of your thoughts, now mana prasada, there is no unnecessary agitation. When there is no unnecessary agitation, mana prasade paramatma darshanam, you are absolutely sure of yourself, you see yourself clearly, because there is nothing to disturb. It is like undisturbed water where the reflection is clear. In the undisturbed water, you see the reflection clearly. Once you see the reflection clearly and you recognize the reflection here is sun on the top, then let the water be shaking as much as it like. Let the reflection be shaking as much as it like. You know, what is that? The reflection is gone into splitterings, such as smithereens. It all splitters. There is nothing, all gone into pieces. What do you know? Sun is one and whole and complete, shiny. So whatever may be the condition in the mind, sun of consciousness, eternal, steady, Atma Darshanam. Tasmin sudrushte bhavabandhanasa. When you see yourself very clearly, without any doubt and error, tasmin sudrushte, drishte sudrushte, seen very clearly, meaning no doubt, no error. Absolutely free from doubt and error. That is known as knowledge. Knowledge means it must be free from doubt and error. Sansaya, viparyaya, rahita, jnanam. Knowledge means it must be free from doubt, free from error. Why are you telling that free from doubt, free from error? Doubt free, is it not enough? No. Doubt free is not enough. Earth is flat. For many people, doubt free, erroneous. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, doubt free, erroneous. Sky is blue, doubt free, erroneous. I am the body, doubt free, erroneous. Why could you call it erroneous? Subject to correction and verification. Anything that is subject to correction and verification, it is not knowledge, it is ignorance continuing. How old are you? 25. They verify your certificate, which is not true. Wrong. If subject to correction and verification, it is not knowledge, it is ignorance. You told a lie. Why? You told you spent 200 rupees, but your account shows only 120 rupees. Lie. Correction to subject to correction and verification. I am the body. No doubt, doubt free, erroneous. Why? Sometimes say I am the mind, I am angry. Subject to correction and verification. So am I the body or am I angry? I see. Are you seer or the hearer? So about the I, you may not have any doubt, but it is all erroneous knowledge. Because all relative terms. When you see the word I as the absolute terms, who I am, aham pratyaya gochara. The meaning of the word I, absolute. No doubt, no error. In fact, after that, the so-called error becomes a blessing. Previously I was thinking, I am the body. Now I know I have the body. So I use the body, but not affected by the body. I use the mind, not affected by the mind. Are you getting that point, please? It's like you learn to play the roles well. Tasmin sidrushte bhavabandhanasa. But the whole bhavabandhanasa, the bondage called samsara, comes to an end. Therefore, and that is the ultimate. You are now free in the world. While living, Jivan Mukta, living, liberated. Living because you are with the body, with the mind, liberated because unaffected by it. Tasmat Bayo Nirodhe Padavi Vimukta. Vimuktehe Bayo Nirodha Padavi. For the Vimukte, for the freedom, it begins with the first step. What is that? Conscious externalization. No more unconscious externalization. So, look at yourself. Are you consciously functioning or unconsciously functioning? Are you consciously speaking or unconsciously speaking? Understand? That is where you can see it. You remember that line, Swadharma Anusthana Veva. One qualification of the student is Swadharma Anusthana Veva. Uparama. Suppose the teacher says, when you are in the study, somebody says, please do this at 3 o'clock. Somebody has told you. What do? Either you forget or do something else what you want. What does it mean? Unconscious externalization. Because you don't do what is expected of you to do. The person does whatever he likes. You are supposed to come to the class. But that time, some thought comes up, I go to market. As though going to market is more important than getting to the class. Or sleep. Why writing? Sleep. Unconscious. Any time, understand the point. When, this is known as the Chittasya Lalanam. Chittasya Lalanam. Chittasya Lalanam means funneling your mind. Whatever they come, yes. Hey, I am supposed to do this. What you are supposed to do takes a back seat. What you are not supposed to do takes the priority. Unconscious activity. That is why your beginning is. Now you live the life that helps you to be with yourself. Very conscious lifestyle. Okay? Having told this, then he further says, please. So now he says, same thing goes on telling. Kaf panditasan sadasad viveki Shruti pramana paramarthadarshi Jananhi kuryat asato balambam Swapata heto sishuvan mumukshu Kapanditasan sadasad viveki Shruti pramana paramarthadarshi Jananihi kuryat asato balambam Swapata heto sishuvan mumukshu. It's beautiful verses, Really, Shankara must be in a tremendous mood while writing this. It's fantastic. Say, Ka Pandita Sanna. He said, who is that person? Pandita Sanna. Pandita, Panda, Brahma Vidya asti asti. Pandita is not Choti Wale, not the man with a aerial. Choti, pigtail. No, Pandita means Panda, Brahma Vidya, one who is aware of himself. Sadasad Viveki. He is learned, aware of himself. Sad Asad Viveki. Very clear discrimination of what is eternal, what is ephemeral. Shruti Pramana Paramartha Darshi. And he sees Paramartha, the absolute, very clearly with Shruti Pramana. As the scripture reveals it, he sees the truth of himself as he is. Aham Brahmasmi, Shivoham Shivoham. I have a body, sporting a body, I am not the body. Very clearly sees all this. Such a person, jananhi, knowing it well, janani kuryat asato balambam. By knowing it, can he really get himself lost in the changing, perishing, dying things, which is continuously changing? Meaning he cannot, he will not do it. Can he ever lose himself? Being happy with himself, can he ever lose himself in something which is unnecessary, creating problem? Listen carefully. Therefore, it does not mean, listen carefully, therefore it does not mean the person always with himself, no seeing, no hearing, no tasting, no touching, no smelling. No. Even while tasting, touching, smelling, seeing, hearing, engaging himself in activity, he never loses sight of himself. That is the point. Point is not he does not see, hear, taste or smell. No. Even while engaging himself in every other activity, he never loses sight of himself. Who is a master driver, ace driver? The one who is seated on a parked car, or one who is moving in the car with top speed but no accident? So who is the master? The master is not one who is not engaging himself in an activity. He is engaging himself in every activity, every perception, but unaffected by it. So, who is that Pandita? Pandita son? Who is that person very learned, discriminative, abiding in himself? Asatabalammanam kuryat. Shall ever lose himself in the subject. So therefore, you don't lose yourself. Are you getting that point? You don't lose yourself because you have to live with your body. But now you know how to live with the body. You have to live with your thought, but now you know how to live with your thought. Previously, not knowing myself, I did not know how to handle my thoughts. That is why the whole knowledge of this self-knowledge, Atma Vidya, is what? Literally a mind management, body management, life management, ultimate. And absolutely free with yourself. Achha. And such a person, will he ever do that? Means he will never do it. If and why? If he does it, just like Swapata heto sishuvan mumukshuhu. Sishuvat, like a child who unknowingly hold on to something, like a child who doesn't know that if he goes to the edge of the building, he will fall and die. The child doesn't know. He looks at the water like a swimming pool. Children walk into swimming pool. So much water playing, fall into this, die. So many places. The child doesn't know. He falls into it. So knowing that this is water, will you ever fall into it? You never do that. So, the wise man never falls into water? No, he knows swimming and gets into it. The child, not knowing swimming, unconsciously falls into it. As long as you are not aware of yourself, you are also getting into the swimming pool of body, mind and creation. Most of the time drowning up and down, drowning up and down. Now you know the swimming and get in. That is why before you get into this vast ocean, river, swimming pool of the creation, you learn swimming and get out. Are you getting that? Know the swimming. But now instead of teaching us swimming, they are creating more waters for us. Secular studies, are you getting that? Secular studies means what? They don't teach swimming. They are creating greater ponds where you can drown. I don't know how to get into Sabda. I don't know how to see, but now they are providing me movie also. I don't know how to hear, hundreds of musics are created. I don't know how to live. Previously I was running, jumping. Now he says, stand on my head and breathe also. What are you trying to do? Are you getting that point, please? The person, is so dangerous. Instead of teaching me swimming, they are creating more waters for me to drown. In self-awareness, they teach you swimming. So, suppose you are a person obsessed with self-knowledge. Oh, only that much, nothing else. Yes, you know swimming, but there is no water in the tank. Therefore, take care of the world, create the water. And also, know swimming. How beautiful. Already the creation is there. You don't have to create, sight, sounds, everything is there. But, look, there were trees. Ashram was not there. Where you are sitting down? 28, 70, 82. 82 means now how many years? 26 years. 26 years back we purchased. Almost this month, May, June, July. Yes. We purchased this land. And believe me, at that time when you sit down here, straight you can see the whole mountain. There is nothing. Not even these trees are nothing. It was a open paddy field. Paddy was not coming much, but there is no water. There will be malate and groundnuts. Complete. So what do? You create the tree, you plant them. Create means what? You plant them, organize the whole place, then enjoy it. No, I am very happy with myself. I don't need anything. Then you will be under the sun. Don't worry. That time, so 20 years back you would have come. You will be sitting here and having class? No, inside the room. Now we can have the class here. Why? Trees have been planted, things have been done. So organize your life. Learn swimming, but create a pool. So both way you are absolutely balanced. What are the sound of these things? Suppose you don't bring in peacock, where is the sound? And don't feel bad about these peacocks. Oh, yo, they are all closed. Don't worry, they are not closed. Had they not been closed, they would have been dead. It's like a halfway home. We are trying our best to bring them out. If we had not taken them away, chop, and they would have been eaten up. You saw that yesterday's news they have come. Some place, there are 5,000 to 10,000 peacocks. It's down south somewhere, near Tirunelveli. Now slowly people have started hunting the peacock. Why? Rabbits are not there. Lucky the peacocks survive in South India because Murugan, Kartikeya, Murugan is worshipped. And Murugan's vehicle is peacock. That is why peacock is untouched. But there are more on people, non-believers are there, or different religion. So if other religion people, whichever you worship, they must eat it. Because they have to establish that they don't believe in your religion, no. So kill the cow if you don't want it. You kill the, what is that below? Peacock. The peacock is worshipped, rat is worshipped, eat the rat. Snake is worshipped, eat the snake. Tradition has a tremendous influence. Nobody cuts down the neem tree because it's a holy tree. Nobody cuts down the banyan because banyan also is a holy tree. Aswatha, nobody touches it. Mango, jackfruit, nobody cuts it down. Because certain trees are known as holy trees. What an environmental protection. The more and more people fall into disbelief, first victim is trees. Who was stealing ornament from the gods? You can leave the temple open anytime and go away. Now no more. Gods themselves as antique pieces stolen. For him it is not God. It is a 2,000-year-old stone statue. So in New York Museum, $2 million. That fellow has no sense of, that fellow has only sense of antiquity, not a spirituality. One who purchases. Or else they should discourage. No, we are not taking it. It is on a temple. World is going crazy, you know that. That is where, please appreciate. You create your swimming pool also. Learn to swim and create your pool. Then a beautiful world it will be. Okay, so Sopatavat Sishu was a Sishu. The child not knowing goes into and falls into the pool or stands on the edge and falls into, doesn't know. So knowing it, will you do that? That means you will not do it. So the person always abides in himself, and any time when he is externalizing, it's a conscious externalization. Everything that you say, you do, deliberate action. Having told, the next one he read. Dehadi sansakti mato na mukti muktasya dehadi abhimatya bhava suptasya no jagaranam na jagrate स्वप्नस्तयो भिन्न गुणाश्रयस्त्वात् देहादि संसक्ति मतो न मुक्ति मुक्तस्य देहादि अभिमत्व भाव suptasya no jagaranam na jagrate swapnastayo bhinna gunasrayatvat. Very nice. Now concludes, dehadi sansakti mataha na mukti muktasya dehadi abhimati abhava. Two statements. Dehadi sansakti mataha na mukti. One who is Dehadau Sansakti, Dehadau Sansaktiman, one who is Sansakti, totally involved, identified with Deha Adi, body, riches, sense organ, thoughts, with all these things who is clearly identifying, Tasyana Mukti, there is no liberation, no freedom. Identifying with mortality, you cannot be immortal. Are you getting that? Depending on something, you cannot be independent. Holding on to something, you cannot be secured. Holding on to the branch that is falling, you cannot walk out of the swimming, walk out of the flowing river. So the river, there is a strong current and you have fallen into the current. So you want to desperately go to the what? To the shore. So a big log of wood is passing by. You hold it. You suddenly see it is an unconnected wood. It is not connected to the root, connected to the shore. What will you do? Leave it. But suppose a rope comes flowing and that rope is tied down to a peg on the shore. If you hold it, you shall come back to the shore because it is connected to the shore. That which itself is broken away from the source will not take you to the source. If you want to be with yourself, you cannot afford on to, if you want to be immortal, you can't hold on to something which is mortal. That the body is mortal is not a problem. That I hold on to it is a problem. It's not body's mistake. Are you getting that? If I am finding security in wealth, is it mistake of the wealth or mine? A balloon which is continuously losing air, you are holding on to that balloon and want to go up. Yes, as long as full air, it will take you up. But when the pressure is high, the balloon leaks further, what happens to you? Can you go up now? You have to come down, down, down. This physical body is a helium-filled balloon. When it's growing from the babyhood, childhood, oh wow, 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 it is taking up. Youth, height, 25, 30, 35, wow, right on the top. But slowly on the high pressure, the balloon, now you are landing. Slowly you are landing, 40 year, 45 year, 50 year. That's what. After 1 hour when I sit down, what happened? The machine needs now maintenance. Now, the gas is gone, finished. Now holding on to that, you want to go up. Now this holding on to a dying body, you cannot be deathless. Therefore, Deha bhi asakti matana mukti. You shall never be free. Because you are holding on to something which itself is limited. Muktasya dehadi abhimati abhava. One who is mukta, muktasya, one who is free, dehadi abhimati abhava. He doesn't have the identity with the body. He uses the body, but doesn't have the identity with the body. Uses the thought, uses the mind, uses the sense organ, but doesn't have the identity with the sense organ. Is it possible? Yes, sir. Can you play a role without identifying with it? In a movie you do it. In theater you do it. But in the real life stage, when you occupy a position, you think you are the managing director. That is the trouble. When you occupy the position, the fellow thinks he himself is the position. You are not the position. Long live the king, king is dead. King is dead. The person who was occupying the position is dead. But king position continues. So positions are continuous. People are filling it up, dying away. So you know how to play the role. Once you learn to play the role, it becomes most beautiful. Remember that story of Mahmud? I tell for others' sake, so many of you are here. Mahmud of Ghazni was looking for a prime minister. And the story goes, he appointed a villager. Picked up from so many people, a villager was appointed as the prime minister. The older people, the old courtiers, experienced courtiers, those who have already been there, they naturally resist the presence of this man. Because suddenly he comes and he becomes the prime minister, an outsider. It's like a department. In your department, an outsider comes and heads the department. Everybody hates him because he was nowhere near. So suddenly this man has become the prime minister. So everybody started carrying tales about him to the king. Look, he is in charge of the treasury also, he is taking away treasure. Then, immediately, the king also had to follow. Because king cannot, he has to hear everything, he has to verify. So one day he follows the prime minister. True, in the evening he goes to a lonely place, that is his palace, prime minister residence, he goes there. And he goes in, the king also looks through the pinhole. Story. When he looks through this, he sees this villager removes his clothes. He says, oh my God, he must be picking up diamond and emerald and all these things from the court. He must have taken it from the treasury. No, none of these things. He brings out a old basket, bamboo basket, carrying which on his head he had come to the capital. He puts the bamboo basket, opens it. The king was very curious. And from that he brings out old villagers' clothes, the clothes putting on which he had come to the capital. Then talks to himself, hey, this belongs to you, this is your cloth, this is your life, you are a farmer. Now you are enjoying this cloth, the prime minister a robe, because of the king's favor. When the king withdraws his favor, you have to go back with this cloth. Now can the king be angry? Where do we get such rare gems of people who do not forget their past, even though they are occupying glorious heights in the presence? Now can you do the same thing? Every day, that is why meditation. Every moment this meditation. You completely disrobe. You have got 5 clothes. Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya, Kosha. Gross body, subtle body, causal body. 3. Disrobe. Be with yourself and tell, hey, what is my nature is not the rags of the villager, But this splendorous clothes of consciousness, immortality, that's me. At this moment, temporarily, I'm enjoying because of the grace of God. By His grace, I'm enjoying this favor of this physical body, mind for certain time. When He takes away His favor, body goes, thought goes, I have to return to myself. Of course, not a sad return, very happy return, because I am with myself. Continuous meditation. So with living, you are contented, you are living it, you are happy with the body, mind, exotic things, you are the immortality, always you are. So such a person who enjoys the simplicity of the village, also the complications of the royal court, when that taken away, he goes back to the simplicity. Same thing. You go into the simplicity of existence, pure awareness that you are, when the complicated body, mind, instrument is taken away. So always in meditation. So muktasya deha abhimati abhava. There is no identification in the body. Just like suptasya no jagarano na jagrate. Suptasya na jagarana. Like the person who is sleeping, he doesn't understand waking. Jagrataha na swapna. The one who is sleeping, he doesn't understand waking or dream. In the same way, why? Vinna gunasrayatvat. Because they are of two different nature. Waking is different, sleeping is different. Same thing, bandha is different, mukti is different. One who is bandha, bound, doesn't understand what freedom is. One who knows what freedom is, doesn't know what bondage is. No. One who knows freedom, he knows what bondage is, but is not affected by bondage anymore. Are you getting that point, please? The free man will never understand bondage. Like a poor man doesn't understand the glory of riches, but the rich man knows the limitation of the poverty, because he started with that, no? So that is how you go. So having seen this, you enjoy being free, happy with yourself. You are enjoying the limitation of the body also. Having told this, then now he tells you who is that person who is free and how he is liberated. Please read. Antarvahishvam sthirajangamesu Gyantvatmanadharataya vilokya Tyakta khilopadirakkhanda rupaha Purnatmanaya sthita esha muktaha Antarvahisham sthirajangamesu Gyantvatmanadharataya vilokya Tyakta khilopadi akhanda rupaha Purnatmanaya sthita esha muktaha. So, esha muktaha. This person is free. Who is he? Now he talks about what is freedom. So, language is, this concept itself, where on earth do you get it? Literally upon on the word. Where on earth? Not many people talk about this type of liberation. Living liberated. That while living you are free, you will be free. What a tradition, understand. That is why it's so humanistic, such a human tradition. Everybody can be free while living. What is the idea of waiting after death? Will you like to be happy before death or after death? Is there any choice? How do I know what happens after death? Whoever, whatever they say, it is only speculation, because nobody has returned from there to tell you. And by chance somebody returns, again it is his subjective experience. It may be a delusion, like many people do that. Under the anesthesia, they get out of the body. Some people say they are dead, physically they are dead. The doctors have pronounced them clinically dead, but suddenly they come back. And they describe also so many different type of things. How do you know? Just think of it. It doesn't matter what happens after death. While living, I understand very clearly what freedom is. And also know myself. What is that? Antarbahi sthirajangameshu swam gyantva. Swam gyantva. Swam nijam. Nijam. Swam. Knowing one's own self. Swam gyantva. Knowing one's own self. Recognizing one's own nature. As what? Atmana adharataya bilokya. Knowing one's own self as the substratum of everything. Atmana adhara. That I am the substratum, the basis, the foundation of everything. Antarvahi sthirajangameshu. Within and without, in and through, the mobile and immobile. Sthira, immobile, jangama, mobile. In and through, living, non-living. Conscious, unconscious. Changing, unchanging. In and through everything, Swam Bilokya, one who sees himself, that I am in and through consciousness, all pervasiveness. And thereby, Tyakta Akhila Upadhi. Akhila Upadhi Tyakta. Listen, what do you give up? Your identity with the Akhila Upadhi. You give up your identity with the body, thought, consciousness, creation, the world and the creation, the mind. Being conscious, one with yourself, you give up your identity. What is bondage is not body or creation. What is bondage is your identity. What is liberation? Understand. What is liberation is? When you free yourself from the identification and one with yourself. When you are one with yourself, you are free. Akhila Upadhi Mukta. Just like, please understand the example, just like your body. Your body is always known to you even under 100 layers of clothing. Right or wrong? Your body is not a cloth. Why is it a cloth? Listen, why this is a dress? Because I can dress and undress. I can put it on, I can remove it. That's why it's a dress. And the dress has its limitation. Understand that example. The dress has its limitation. You put on the king's uniform, king. Lawyer's uniform, lawyer. Swimming trunk, swimmer. Judge's outfit, judge. Are you getting that? Military outfit, military. So if you have 5 uniforms, are you 5 different people? 5 different uniforms you are putting on. The same person. The body is same. But suppose you put on the king's cloth and when you are removing, it doesn't come out. What will happen? You want to remove that dress. You acted as a king in a drama or a beggar in the drama. Now you are removing, it's not coming away. What will happen? You will be miserable, no? Think. Will you not be miserable? Exactly in the same way, listen, just 2 minutes, we'll finish it up. Exactly in the same way, you have taken the role of a father, mother, husband, wife, young man, boy, girl. But you cannot give up that role. Obsessed with the role. You are bound. Because when you remove it, it takes a part of you. When as who you are, the pure consciousness, as you no cloth sticks to your body, no role sticks to consciousness that you are. So be yourself and free. Okay? We shall see more of it in the afternoon. Please see that. Purnatmana sthita samukta. Absolutely abiding in himself, free and free. Okay? Close your eyes.